everybody, welcome back. I am the Thechornick, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna go over Pokemon episode number 60 of the X and Y series. And ladies and gentlemen, this episode, I have to say right off the bat, was probably pretty much my favorite episode of Pokemon. Of at least a series. I don't know how to say this, but like besides like the battles, this is probably one of my favorite episodes of Pokemon of all time. And this was the most emotional Pokemon episode I have seen since maybe the Pikachu, like Goodbye Pikachu, or whatever it's called, Pikachu's Goodbyes episode. Okay, this episode was truly emotional. I couldn't stand it. Like, I was honestly watching this, and I just sat there. Like, I had to pause the episode a couple times to just sit there and be like, wow. Like, I just sit there and be like, dang. Like, okay, I'll go over the episode step by step, basically. So, when the episode started off, they went to go see and check out the Pokemon Performance Studio, whatever it's called, the stage, and they met Shauna there. And then they said, hello, Shauna, da-da-da, and Shauna was joining the thing. And then Serena was getting all hyped for it. They went backstage in the studio, and Jesse, also from Team Rocket, also entered this performance as well. And basically Shauna and Jesse went first. But Jesse, I thought Jesse was gonna like come out with a great design, but ended up looking like this monster-looking thing on Punkaboo. But so she lost, and then Shauna won, and then it was Serena's turn to go up for this round, and it looked good at first, and they started walking down the aisle. It's winding really hard right now. You can see from the trees. Yes, but she was walking down the aisle, and I knew it was coming. Like, I'm like, oh, she's gonna trip, and then they're gonna do something bad to her, like, and then all of a sudden it was our Fennekin that tripped, and it went silent for at least like 20 something seconds, like 20-30 seconds. Just the audience and all the music and everything, like the entire thing was like silent for like 30 seconds once Fennekin fell, and like the beads and the outfit the Fennekin was wearing, like, all fell out, and like Serena looked over and like, oh my gosh. I went to Ash and all them, like a scene of them. Dang, that was so freaking emotional, and like, I'm like, dang. And then all of a sudden, like, so anyway, and then they cut to the back behind the studio or whatever, to where Serena was still sitting there. Shauna was trying to cheer her up, but basically, Serena lost because of this, because of Fennekin falling, and Fennekin started crying, and Serena was trying to cheer it up, but Serena also felt even worse. But anyway, yes, so Shauna ended up going on to win the entire thing, and Serena was watching her for the rest of the time, and Serena felt good about Shauna winning and all that, but she also felt terrible about herself losing and what happened, and, the embarrassment, I guess you can say. Oh my gosh, this episode was so freaking emotional. Okay, not just the first part, and then it got to the really, really emotional part, and so afterwards, Clement and Ash and Serena, and they're all saying goodbye to Shauna. And, Shauna left, and then Serena and Bonnie started holding hands and walking off towards the Pokemon Center, and so that was kind of cute. And then Ash and Clement, like bros, were like talking about, like sitting there talking to each other about Serena, and, hoping that she, feels okay and all that. But anyway, and then it cuts to a scene where Serena goes to the docks, walks up there, and then, like, it's just started getting sad. Right here on out, it just starts getting sad. And then she just stands there, and I'm like, oh no, I know it's coming. And then all of a sudden, I see tears coming down her face. I'm like, aw. At first I thought it was just gonna be sad. I'm like, oh, don't cry, whatever. And then all of a sudden, she started bawling. Bawling out freaking tears and crying. Like, it was the most legit cry I've seen Pokemon have ever. Like, it was the most emotional cry I think I've ever seen. ever in Pokemon, or like it was just so freaking emotional. I had to pause the video to like to just to just contemplate on what is occurring, because I was just like, wow, like it was such a realistic cry too, and I like felt so bad. I'm like, jeez, and like that, like I honestly started feeling emotional. I mean, back during like Pikachu's goodbye, that back when I was little like that, when I first watched the episode back then, I actually cried during that. But this episode, not have I ever been like that emotional about an episode as this one since Pikachu's goodbye. And this episode just freaking made my heart sink, kind of, if you know what I'm saying. I'm just like, okay, if you guys have not seen the episode, you gotta go watch it, like, right now, right after this video. And just watch how she cries, because that is just so sad, and it was so realistic, too, and I just felt terrible. But, even worse than, not having the exact date episode as we wanted last week. But, anyway, I'm freezing out here, by the way. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Yes, but then that was just the first part of the sadness. But what really got to me, what really truly got to me, was the next part. The truly saddening part of this episode. And before that, there's this old woman, which I don't know who she is. She might be like some contractor, some Pokemon performance like person, I guess you could say, like some studio person, I don't know. But she's like famous or whatever, this old woman. And she notices Serena on the docks, just sitting there hugging her Pokemon after she was bawling out crying. Her Pokemon felt terrible and like jumped on her and everything. But they were hugging, and then the old woman from her limo was looking out at the docks and saw Serena there, and then she remembered seeing Serena hugging her Fennekin after Fennekin fell on the stage. And then she's just like, I don't know, I bet we're going to see that old woman again. Probably, because she looked like she was interested in Serena right there. So maybe we'll probably see her again. But anyway, let's go to the most saddening part of the episode. And basically, she went to her box. After she hugged her Pokemon, she went to this box, opened this box, and out came a pair of scissors. Pair of scissors! And I'm just like, no, don't. You don't want to do this. Stop! And then she's just like, and then she starts running, and she goes up to the edge of the dock, and I'm just like, sorry, don't, stop. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. And then she's just like, she puts the scissors up into her hair. I'm like, no, stop. And then all of a sudden she starts seeing visions of all of her past, all the past adventures with Ash and Clement and Bonnie and all of that she's done. And I'm just like, don't let that go. Don't let it go, please. You don't know what you're doing. And then all of a sudden, snip, snip, snip. And then her precious hair floats off in the wind. And I'm just like, I sat there, I'm like, dang it! I'll calm down now. But that was the saddest part. And yet, this was also one of my favorite episodes. But then, yet again, is it really my favorite episode? When I felt so bad about her hair being cut, you know what I'm saying? Do I really feel like this is the best episode that I've seen of X and Y so far? But anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, girls, if you ever feel sad and you feel like cutting your hair will make it feel better, know that the Thechornick is watching. Know that the Thechornick is watching, and that he's looking down on you and he's saying, don't. Keep your luscious hair stable and on your head, please. I don't know about stable, but keep it on your head. Let it flow for the rest of your living long days. Okay, I'm being weird. I'm being weird. But anyway, yes, but that was obviously, as you guys know, probably more of an emotional part for me than probably for you. But anyway, this episode was great. I love this episode, guys. But anyway, I'll probably end the video here. I love all of you. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Go watch this episode if you have not yet. Oh my gosh, this episode was great. I might have to do another review about her, maybe her design that is now. By the way, I don't like the design. I don't. I hate it. Not just because of the hair, but like, it looks so plain. Her outfit looks so plain. I mean, the blue ribbon that Ash gave her, she put it on the new design, so that was kind of cute, I guess, but it just looks so plain with the jacket and white and the jacket and the hat. It just, I don't know, she looks dorkier, I don't know, but she looks so plain, I don't know, but anyway, thanks guys for watching, I highly appreciate you all. I'm shaking because it is freezing outside. I love you all, and peace off! Thank you very much.